Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. We have activated this new moon cycle in Scorpio with a quick dip into ascension. Actually, this is going to be lit. So, yeah, be very mindful of the ever-changing, activating nature of you and stimuli around you that will reflect this accordingly. This is a perceptual energy. You just want to get used to at this point. Remember, people perceive. That's how they come into figuring out what is relative, not objectively, relative, say it with me, relative to them. So be comfortable with projections and perceptions on you that have nothing to do with what actually is and what you're actually doing. For example, in the case of resting bitch face, someone from the outside can be like, wow, that person's miserable. And the whole time they're chill. They just have resting bitch face. Something the other person would know if they weren't being a bitch. Other than that, though, this moon in Sagittarius is ascending out of this transformation spark to quickly show you the light. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I'm doing this now while this moon is on the transiting south node. So, oh my God. Actually, many of you, because you operate in integrity, are going to come into answers today alone that the rest of the collective will come to see as reality in about a month from now. Because in about a month from now, we're going to have the new moon. And that eclipse is going to really set into play a truth that is not seen as a truth right now. Outside of that, what's very key about this aspect is that Neptune is T-squaring this with the North Node. Or the North Node and the moon are T-squaring Neptune. It's a bit of a gangbang. And what this is going to do is fundamentally change your perception on how you see what's happening and what it means. For the rest of this transit, you're being revealed the ultimate truth relative to insight that has already been revealed, but you're finally coming into a higher meaning of why this is even happening. This is very important because with the Neptune squares, that's like what you're seeing being colored by a nebulous force that seeks to confuse what you're seeing. So like if I was a 3-year-old boy and I'm watching a homeless man have anal sex, my mother is like, oh, they're not having sex, or no, you don't have to look at that, Jimmy boy. They're just fighting each other, which is a blatant lie. But I don't know that because I'm believing in this authority who I've known to trust, who's just, freaking out because she doesn't want me to understand before she feels I'm old enough. That's this energy. So, why is this important? You're not a baby. See, a baby can be fooled by their mom. You're not a baby. I know a lot of people are acting like little children, but you're not a baby. So, if you allow yourself to be lied to like this, you played yourself. Okay? Other than that, this moon is trining Mars, and so you're going to gain vision that will make you receptive to individual action you can take now. And really, we're on the verge of unlocking this south nodal wisdom. And so people sleep on the South Node so much. The South Node holds you back. The South Node, blah. The South Node, blah, 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 blah. You cannot accomplish the North Node without the South Node. So, end all that cap. South Node is the dragon's tail is super important. I want you to throw away the Vedic astrology demonization of Ketu and Rahu. Ketu is not some evil point. Rahu isn't bad. If you're evil, Ketu is evil. Okay? That's just facts. If you're pure, Ketu is going to be pure. It's just a shadow of the moon. So we can drop any fatalistic definitions of this. The South Node is here to help you. The South Node wants to show you a deep vision that you're going to take to the North Node to communicate as a truth. And this vision is a lot of people are delusional. Let's take it collectively. A lot of people are delusional. Even if you think you know something, what you do, you're around people who may not. And so, like a group project, even if you have all the answers, you get the grade as a group. And so you have to continue to show up at least to do your part. So when that part comes where individuals are marked, you might have failed the group grade, but you passed the individual part because you did your part. So I don't know how to tell you this, but and I say some because everyone's going to be revealed this. Most people are going to deny it. Some of you are going to take this revelation that's coming within moments. It's going to be activated by this conjunction to the South Node. Profound insight and understanding that will change your mind about how to access your supernatural abilities and how to perceive what's happening. This is Neptunian wisdom, no? And so it's like you being a secret service agent, gaining crucial information about what's happening, right? Literally next to authority figures before the rest of the general population knows, before it's even out. So if you were to tell this to people, they'd be like, no, that's not true. That didn't come out. But you have insider information and you're seeing it. So for many of you who especially have Neptunian contacts, the universe, spirit, whoever you connect with, they're going to be showing you through people, through lies, the truth. It's going to be discerning. It's going to be paranormal. It's going to be freaky. So just keep that in mind, because Mercury is getting ready to oppose controversial Uranus and Taurus. And this is now shifting to a point where the same authority figures or people in your life who you incorrectly looked up to because they just gave that persona of knowing what the fuck they're talking about when they never knew. Now you're starting to see more so them react to you stepping into your power. A day like today is going to reveal influences who are intimidated by you stepping into your power and who encourage you stepping into your power. Whenever you sense that energy that is apprehensive to you making unconventional progressive discoveries, it's because they have something to hide, versus energies that encourage you to better your perception. Be very, very mindful, because this is going to be very subtle. And many of you are going to come square with the hidden sense of projection towards you. A lot of you who've just been feeling this, a lot of you have been blaming yourself for reflexively channeling energy projected at you. A day like today is going to sort that through so you can at least deal with the culprit instead of just blaming yourself. Or even if you are at fault, you're going to change the way you see you're getting in your own way instead of blaming aspects of you that are helping you expose this that you're demonizing. We also have Venus that is square Capricorn. So there's a fundamental transformation in your partnerships that's going to keep a lot of people bittersweet. Whether you feel you've dropped the ball or not, you're not here to be perfect. Take responsibility for the bullshit you've done and move forward. certain individuals are going to learn painfully the hard way that they dismissed you too early. They were taking an excuse and looking for one thing to pretty much release the intimidation or the extremeness that they felt around you. And once again, this is a once in a lifetime 90-degree angle closing square that Venus and not Aries, but Libra is making. And so a lot, because I wanted to make this about Sag, but really it's about Venus. You're going to be dealing with people who are going to realize once and for all, they were completely wrong about you. A lot of you were going through a period where you had to embrace aspects of yourself you may not have been proud of or needed to be exposed. And certain individuals mistaken that for who you really are. They blinded themselves to the true nature of who you are because they didn't want to see it. They didn't want to accept it. Now, this literal dignity of Venus is transforming, evolving, and mastering it. Y'all are glowing up. Some of y'all are letting out talents that you've always had. You always knew you had it. Other people didn't. To put this in context, squares in astrology and oppositions in astrology that we have with Mars and with Capricorn are outside influences. Right now as we speak, high influential people who've been gossiping about you, who've been talking about you, who've been saying things behind your back are now looking in horror as they see that what they said about you is wrong. Why is this important? Because now a lot of those people are going to want access to a person who they didn't know they were dealing with, and they're not going to know how to deal with you. And this is why I need to tell you that some of you may inadvertently let these same people back in your life when they don't deserve that at all. So just keep that in mind. This is not about revenge. This is not about, oh, I got you back. This is about preserving your integrity, and this is about honoring your own value, so you don't feel like just because certain people have more money and fame, you need to excuse how they treat you or how they mistreated you because you feel like you can gain or use something from them. This is the square here, y'all. This is the trying to break this down. So I just want to denote how that Pluto transformation is you shedding the bullshit and you actually glowing up. Word to Moon and Sag. And today is going to be a key day where people realize they got you fucked up. I'm not making this one-sided. You're not a victim. There may have been things you've done that justified why they treated you the way they treated you, but they're going to realize that's not the same person I thought that person was. I hope this makes sense. This isn't for you to get sorry. You have no one to apologize to. All you have to do is to take responsibility for what you've done. So keep that in mind. This is going to completely, and I want to explain this again. Like, this is a narrative that's changing forever. You're not going to have this triple conjunction. You're not going to have this square. So the way that you're showing up in relationships with people is taking into account the hidden understanding of what people mean. And this is why this is very like identity political, because the devil isn't wearing its horns, right? But you're examining the wisdom in Scorpio of what people did not do that they should have or could have. And by process of elimination, showing you what they did, by what they didn't do, by how they didn't show up. Okay. Why is this important? By the time Venus comes back into Capricorn, starting now, this is starting now. Okay. You're about to have all this. This is an aspect that's going to last beyond Moon and Sag. You're about to have all sorts of people showing up in your life, wanting to take advantage of now them feeling, oh, you're someone who they can mess with. And I'm trying to let you know right now, you don't want to deal with these people because they've shown you their true colors. Don't think that just because they feel like they have a change of heart, they won't be on that same bullshit. And they probably won't. And some of you might open your heart to do that. And that's your karma. I'm just saying, move on. Like, don't be trapped into thinking that's the only thing you can do. Okay. Other than that, y'all stay blessed as always. Trust me when I said, like, everything after this new moon in Scorpio, it's a change of games, a change of hearts, a transformation. The psychic abilities with the perceptual energy is going to stretch out your awareness to perceive phenomena outside of this physical reality, hence telepathy, hence being able to just sense what other people are doing. The Neptune square is, think about a society of people who are psychically powerful, who can intuit and channel you. You better know they're going to be nosy as fuck and not give you any privacy. So this is where you being able to perceive greater lets you know how to hold yourself to deal with any projections, which are illusions. If you're taking seriously any projections, you have to remember who you are. This is going to reveal, with the moon in Sag, everything that was hidden. The Neptune energy will fact check it, but it's really up to you to just, know what's true and know what's bullshit. So other than that, this is activation of a new moon transformation cycle getting ready to send the fuck out of you and show you that you not only have superpowers, you have an ascension state with which you can harness these abilities. And this moon in Sag will allude you into how to tap into that to prepare you for the actual new moon cycle, where a certain individual will be elected based off of, the legal way, so that we could see this was fair. And, many of you will see the direction of your legacy moving into Capricorn season. And please don't forget, the war still rages on, and, anybody can get it, even you too. You stay blessed as always.